me regresé para acá para el apartamento because I came over here to the apartment because my mom cannot have me with her every day, all day. Yeah, my dad died in February, the past February. He died, my dad. And my mom, well, she didn't get a gift from me for Mother's Day. Neither did she get a gift last year or the year before that. Cause they have me registered to the computer like for the program, but only at school and work, and I cannot work or go to school because I'm disabled, retired, and unemployed since I was in high school. Yeah, no, it's not true. It's not true that I was retired, unemployed, and disabled the whole time. The thing is that no me ha regresado para atrás algo que tenía yo, algo que tenía yo de la escuela. And yes, I do need to go back to school because the reason I have to go back to school is because if I don't have a diploma or a GED, I cannot be passed over to the college education level. But I was doing really good with reading and writing. I was actually able to read high school and college grade level books, not entirely, but I was able to read, and now I could only read and write a little bit, almost as a kid. And I don't have a diploma or GED, and I don't have a car or a driver's license, and I don't get paid per hour or per week or per month. The insurance did cover for the house and the car, but when you're not born here in Texas, they don't give you the same benefits as everybody else. And so, since my mom since my mom is older, she makes decisions of the money. But because my dad left us when I was like 5 years old, and so I would leave to school from the age of like from like pre-K to fifth grade, and from sixth grade to eighth grade, and from ninth grade to 12th grade. I would go from like six, seven, eighth grade, all the way to like no 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, all the way to like 3, 4, 5 in the afternoon, to school, Monday through Friday. Yeah. And Saturday and Sunday, I would stay with my grandma, my mom, and my aunt at the house. But then my aunt started to have problems because she brought in a guy that we didn't even know into the house, and the guy wasn't even from the family. And so we started to have problems because of that, because the kids were not wanted in the house, and my grandma started not to want anybody in the house, and she was just complaining about my cousin coming over to the house. And it's because my cousin, she's a little bit older than me. She's like 2 years older than me, my cousin. And pues my grandma didn't want her in the house. Mi abuelita no la quería en la casa, a mi prima. Y teníamos ya a alguien que no era de la familia viviendo con nosotros, y me molestó mucho que pidiera el lugar de mi esposo que yo tenía en ese entonces, y le agarré mucho resentimiento y coraje a ella, porque si uno le ayuda con algo, tiene que ayudar y dejar de culpar a los niños, porque los niños un día se van a cansar de estar pagando por ellos o de estarle ayudando a ellos, y no la van a querer en la casa. Entonces se me aprovechó por la edad y por el tamaño. Y no le podemos decir nada de que agarre sus cosas y se vaya o algo al muchacho, ni tampoco a la gente de la family. Y a mí me cayó muy mal eso, porque la wedding was supposed to be for me, a wedding that I was going to have in high school. And I couldn't get the wedding done. And it wasn't even the same guy, it was another one. And so now every time I'm gonna have a relationship, or sex, or plan a relationship or something, no puedo. A mí me pusieron a uno que era como a few years older than me from February, y otro en la escuela también que era un poquito más diferente que yo, pero no por lo bonito y lo feo, ¿verdad? pero porque él también era de febrero. Y entonces, I'm from December, the last month of the year, and I was born in the year 1990. And so I was like, why is it that when Israel, it's because his name is Israel, Israel, yeah, Israel Guerra. It's a friend of mine from school. He is a little bit older than me, like 2, 3, or more years, like more than a few years older, or like just a few years older. But he's not from December. He's from February, like my dad, and the same as my dad. But my dad's a lot older than him. And the other one was also from February, but that one was from the same year as me, or around the same year as me. His name was Edgar Martinez. My dad is my dad is Roberto Gonzalez, and my friend Israel Guerra was also from February, but he was from over there from Alamo. And then I have Edgar Martinez and my aunt Gladys Rodriguez. Those are all from February. They celebrate their birthday in February, like Aquarius month. So it's my dad, Roberto Gonzalez, then it's Israel Guerra, then it's Edgar Martinez, and then it's Gladys Rodriguez. Gladys was not Rodriguez. Gladys was, I think her name was, they changed her name. I remember I was going to marry my first husband that I had when I was like in sixth grade, and we didn't talk about a wedding or pregnancy or anything like that because I didn't need to talk about that, so I could wear the rings that I had with him as a wife. I didn't know what being a wife was, and when I remembered that we had sex, but that I hadn't done the full bit, I realized that he was my husband. But I realized that later, like when I was like 20 years old or like 25. Yeah. So I said, let me go ahead and give the rings that I'm going to pay for at the store to my husband. And then I'm going to talk about the divorce with Jesus because Jesus is my friend from high school, not David. Oh, David is also from February. He's one of my closest friends from college, but he's older than me. My dad is always the oldest of us three. First, it's my dad. He's from February. Then it's my mom. My mom is from August. Then it's me. I'm from December. Those three are mine. My dad is from February. My mom is from August. And I'm from December. You know what I mean? But my dad's the oldest. Then it's my mom. Then it's me. I'm from the year 1990. And so yeah, so I'm gonna have to give the wedding rings to Dylan Ramirez, my husband, and I'm gonna have to accept the wife and everybody at the house. But when I move out, I'm moving back to the neighborhood. We come from far, and I cannot be with Este Jesus because Jesus, when he proposed to me, Jesus, when he proposed, he was with another girl, and not there at the house, but over there at his residential. And so I didn't know that he was gonna ask for her to be there all the time. But I didn't like him because I was very regretful after the breakup because I started to be resentful and hurt about the relationship, and I realized that it was because of Dylan, because Dylan was probably mad or something about the relationship. Not right now, but at that time when we were together. Yeah, and so like over here right now we're over here in San Juan. Yeah, we're in San Juan. I'm gonna pay for the rings because I want to. If he doesn't want to marry me, that's fine. But I gotta make sure that if I leave to Houston or if I move out or whatever, that he has the rings over there. And I'm gonna be giving him flowers and rings every year when I get my money back, so he could remember. And I'm gonna go leave them there at his house. And I'm gonna leave some pictures and some cards and everything. there with his mom and dad, so he could remember. Because I don't want him to say, "Oh, it's because I didn't remember." In case of a funeral, I need for him to go to the mass and to the funeral and the burial, so he can see the family. Dylan. That's why I had to say no to Jesus, because Jesus was very into music, but he was very violent over there at the house. So that's why we broke up. But yeah, but it wasn't me that was a fanatic of Elvis Presley. It was Matthew, my friend from school, Matthew Hernandez. Yeah, and I know Matthew because of my friends from Alamo. We only have family in Alamo and in FAR. Yeah, nomás tenemos familia en Alamo y en FAR. We don't know anybody here in San Juan. Yeah, no, we were very resentful because we were having a lot of problems at the house over there in FAR. So we left for some time to Alamo and then we came back to San Juan. Yeah, no, my mom knows that my dad was doing bad because she would always cry and be resentful, and she told me about that. My mom. That's why I was telling her to be careful because they were using my account, and David knows that because he knows that someone was taking stuff from the house and from the family. My friend David, the one from school, he knows that because he was with me when I purchased the computer, and he was the only friend from college that was helping me, my mom, and my dad at the house. So they did something to me, my mom, and my dad. And so my dad died in February, this February that passed. And I've been going to the rehabilitation center, to the doctor, and to the hospital very often, and also to the daycare because my mom has a physical condition on one of her feet, and she cannot run or walk or anything like that. She could only walk a little bit, but she has to be in the car sitting down, in the wheelchair, or inside in the couch or in the bed. She cannot be doing activity outside, like outside in the garden and stuff like that. Yeah, I canceled my proposal and my engagement when I was in high school because I was having problems at the house with Jesus Vargas. So we broke up, and I'm gonna have to give the rings to Dylan. So in case of a funeral, so he doesn't say that he doesn't know us or remember us. And it is because of him that I had to cancel the college plans that I had and the wedding. And also, I don't work anymore. I cannot work because I'm disabled. They disabled me, retired me, and unemployed me since I was in high school over there at Memorial Wolverines in Alamo. Since that time, they retired me, disabled me, and unemployed me there in Alamo in Memorial Wolverines. Okay, so don't say that they never asked of anything here because they do ask. They do ask for stuff. And Melissa doesn't have anything to be doing over there in Alamo or in FAR or here in San Juan. She doesn't have any rights from me to be in my house or with my kids or with my husband. If she's there having problems, that's her situation. That's her problem. Tell her to handle it. That's her problem. That's what she likes to do. That's what she chose. That's her problem. And I'm just telling you that February wasn't the biggest one we had. January was. And it's not the same for everyone. Not everyone sees it the same way. Okay? I already told you. I only have Edward Ramirez, Dylan Ramirez, Alan Salinas, and Nicolas Guadalupe Cano. Only those are from Capricorn, from January. Capricorn. Only those. All the other ones are from like March, February, December, April, May, June, and that's it. No, I don't talk to them. Yes, they're fixing my identification, identity theft. They're fixing it. They're already returning back my identification. Ya me están regresando la identificación. Me la agarraron sin permiso. Yeah, he knows that they were getting stuff without permission because we were having problems at the house. Andaba usando, me robaron una televisión, me robaron un Bluetooth speaker y me robaron bolsas de ropa que tenía yo y eran donaciones de la iglesia, de la familia y de mis amigos, los que le daban dinero a mi mamá. Y andaban agarrando dinero del account mío para emprestar, pero me lo regresaban. Pero no me daba el dinero a mí, lo usaba ella el dinero. For more than 5 years. Pero como yo agarraba comida y me quedaba con ella y ropa, pensaba que yo estaba usando el dinero. Yo no usé el dinero para nada, mijo, nomás me dio donde quedarme y de comer y ropa. Pero la ropa estaba toda usada. All the clothes was used from high school to right now. And every time they buy something for me, it's like 50 cents, $1, and all that stuff. Yeah. And that's it. That's all they gave to me. That's it. And the food, it's like small portions, but I eat like 2 or 3 times a day. Yeah, but that's why I was telling you that don't leave your kids with a stranger. Don't trust anyone. Don't get into a car with a stranger and say no to drugs. That's bad. Say no to drugs and say no to strangers. That's bad.